Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing what if Deku was Lobo, as you can see in the picture. And if you don't know who Lobo is, I suggest you watch Death Battle Lobo versus Ghost Rider. They'll give a real in-depth explanation on Lobo, pretty much. But if you want to know his powers, he has super strength, invulnerability, a broken healing factor, and a love for murder. So let's begin. So the first thing that Deku does when he gets born is bite the nurse's fingers off and chase the doctors around with scalpels. That's the first thing he does. Imagine your daughter and you're delivering a baby, and the first thing the first thing the baby does is like bite your finger off and start chasing the doctors, a newborn baby at that. Anyway, let's go on with the story. I'm gonna say this. Deku doesn't like heroes. He really doesn't like heroes. He doesn't like heroes pretty much. And he didn't like. It's not like he hated them. It's more like he didn't care for them. And I'm gonna say this. He pretty much looked like Lobo, but yeah, he pretty much looked like Lobo pretty much. So yeah, they thought his quirk was pretty much a mutation type quirk. And yeah. Anyway, preschool. Deku is now 3, and everyone's getting a quirk. Oh yeah, by the way, Deku doesn't. I say Goku. Deku doesn't dress in the school uniform as a kid. He pretty much wear like a little small biker outfit, pretty much. If you read the comics, you know what I'm talking about. So this dude, yeah, and Baku got his quirk, and his personality start changing, and he goes after Deku and try to explode Deku. And Deku had a gun. It had Daisy on it on the side, and just shot Bakugo in the knee. It was a rubber bullet. I was just say it's a rubber bullet, and he was like, "Don't mess with me. I don't play these games." Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say this though: Bakugo don't mess with Deku no more. Um. So yeah, let's go ahead. Time skip to like 10. I'm gonna say Deku works out a lot because his healing factor pretty much replenish his stamina as time goes on. So yeah, he's pretty buff. You see how Lobo is in this picture? Just imagine a slightly slimmer, but he's almost at peak Lobo. Oh yeah, and by the way, Deku's grades are like straight A's because you didn't know. Lobo is practically a genius. Like he's really smart, but he's drunk half the time to even care at all. He really doesn't. To show it, he's pretty much drunk all the time. So yeah, in middle school. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip to like the end of middle school. And oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering what happened, like after when Deku got born, they really couldn't, you couldn't arrest a newborn baby, so they just put him. They couldn't do anything. They just thought it was this quirk that was pretty dangerous. So yeah, that's what they just labeled it off as. But now Deku is in end of middle school, and the teacher does thing. The whole thing, and Bakugo was like, "Yeah, I'm the only one good enough to go to UA and all that stuff." But it was like, "Oh yeah, Bakugo, you want to go UA?" And then it was, and like, "Oh look, Deku decided to be a bounty hunter," and people were like, "What? A bounty hunter?" Because they know Deku. Deku's pretty strong. He's the strongest in the class, and it was like, and they start asking Deku like, "Why do you want to be a bounty hunter instead of a you know hero?" And Deku says, "Well, the hero stuff is overrated. Bounty hunter is kind of my thing." And then he just tells them this right now. He says, "I'm not only going to be a bounty hunter, I'm going to be assassin bounty hunter." And it was like, what? He's like, yeah, pretty much. So yeah. Anyway, let's continue. The sludge villain, Deku's walking, chilling, mind his own business, and the sludge villain tries to attack Deku. Deku just punches, pretty much does a Texas smash, and yeah, it's pretty much obliterated. And he just started leaving, and All Might just slid through the corner like, I am here. And Deku's like, so am I. What's good? I'm just playing. He was really just like, oh look, it's All Might. That's cool. He doesn't really care about All Might. He respects All Might pretty much. Not like fanboying, but he respects his strength because he's probably the only person on the planet that can match his strength besides All For One. And yeah, and All Might's like, kid, you did this yourself? And then he was like, yeah. And then All Might asks like, oh, so are you gonna be a hero? And Deku's like, no. I was like, what? With that strength, you should be a hero. And Deku says, no, I'm gonna be a bounty hunter / assassin. And All Might hears this, is like, oh, okay. And he just gets the sludge and jumps off. He's like, that kid's weird. Yeah, it's like, that kid's weird. Oh yeah. And also Deku does collect a lot of guns, AK-47, sniper rifles, RPGs. Don't even ask how he got RPGs. Even I don't know. He just have it. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah. After that, Deku just trains pretty much all the time. This is where it's gonna be very different from canon. I'm just gonna say that right now. So Deku just trains nonstop because you really can't get tired since his regeneration's like constantly repairing his muscles and stuff, so he can work out endlessly. And now he's like prime. He's that prime Lobo pretty much. And I'm gonna say there's a website like the dark web or darknet or whatever, and it asks for the assassination, and it being on Deku's like asked for the assassination of of what that dude name is? Mirio. Dang, I can't speak today. He asked for the assassination of Mirio pretty much. And Dick was like, all right. And then he was like, what am I supposed to get for this? Like, what am I gonna get paid for this? And he was like, oh, I'll give you how about 40 million? That good? He was like, they was like, deal. Cause Deku, the only person Deku like respects is his mom pretty much in this. That's about it. She doesn't know he's a bounty hunter. Well, she knows he wanna be a bounty hunter, but yeah. She respects that. She doesn't know he was an assassin though. So yeah. So Deku is training a lot and he finds Mirio, right? He locates Mirio because you didn't know Deku can track you by smelling you. If he smells you once, he can track you for any distance. I'm gonna just say that he bumped into Mirio by coincidence. So yeah. And he smelled him. This sounds weird. He's he tracked no, I'm gonna say tracked. He tracked him to, you know, the I'm gonna say the grocery store. Why not? and and he pretty much just walks up to Mirio and says, "Hey, I'm sorry, but there's been a bounty placed on your head, and I kind of have to kill you to get paid." And Mirio's like, "What?" And then Deku just punches Mirio like straight through the face. I'm gonna say he doesn't have one for all yet, and pow, just hit him one clean shot to the face, and he just goes flying like he breaks like ribs and legs, and yeah, it's bad. And he goes to the wall, and he's hurting badly. And he was like, oh, what the heck? This dude is strong. And he's on the ground thinking. I was like, okay, I gotta think my way out of this. And it's been like 3 months. Like it's been 3 months. It hasn't been 10 months yet. So the hero exam thing didn't happen yet. So yeah, so Mirio's on the ground, and Mirio tries to go intangible, and Deku gets a small little sword and just stabs him like right while he's intangible, and just stabs him right in the like lower like chest. And Mirio's like, "What the heck? How's that possible?" And Deku said, "I've been preparing for 4 months that and studying how your quirk works." And he's basically makes a knife that even if you're intangible, it still can slice you pretty much. And Mirio's like, "What the heck?" And then yeah, he's Deku proceeds to beat the crap out of Mirio, and Mirio is dead. And Deku takes a picture and walks off, goes to the dark web, shows the dark web a picture. And I'm just saying the reason the assassination hit was put on Mirio because it's like someone leaked that Mirio was supposed to be getting one fall, and yeah, they didn't know for sure, but just in case, they decided to murk Mirio. And now Mirio's dead. Um, Everyone's shocked and sad, and All Might's mad. Like, who did this? Whoever, and he just like thinking like a villain did it, which is it's not a villain. Well, technically it is, but yeah. So yeah, Mirio's dead in this timeline or whatever. So All Might's like, okay, whoever did this has to be strong because he knows like in a crime scene. I'm gonna say they let him in. Like whoever did this cat could punch hard enough to create one person. So it's like, okay, it could be possible that All For One did this because I think All For One has a shockwave quirk, if I'm not mistaken. So he's trying to figure out who did this because he wanted revenge because he was gonna give his quirk to him anyway. I'm gonna say like, yeah, you pretty much train him up and you just died. So that okay. So now, like the League of Villains. Let's go to the League of Villains perspective. They're like, okay, we gotta find who did this and take them out. And you wonder, like, why would they be like friends or whatever? No, because they don't want this dude coming after them. Because they like, okay, he has All Might level punches. Like, okay, so we gotta figure out who this is and either let him join, like, get him to join our side or eliminate him because that's kind of he's kind of broken. We gotta figure out who this is. And I'm gonna say that some hair fall out, and I'm gonna say Toga like, shape shifted, got some police officer blood, and turned into like one of the police officers and got one of her hair, like one of the police officer. Ah, Jesus, Lobo Deku's hair. Jesus, I can't speak today. One of Deku's hairs, and I'm gonna say all for and gave it to an All For One, and All For One like, okay, so this person, and I'm gonna say that he had a quirk that let him track people in a way. Anyway, not track, but get their genetic structure and get an idea of what it looks like. So you see this picture. Imagine like an infrared picture. That's what All For One sees. So yeah, he was like, okay, so I got an idea of what his shape looks like, and yeah, so he has an idea of what Deku looks like. So Deku's at home chilling. And his mom is cooking, and he's like, "Oh, so how your day been?" And he was like, "Oh, it's been all right." I'm gonna say Deku does is in a bounty hunter type school, and he was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, so what do you learn?" And Inkle says, "Yo, so what have you learned at your bounty hunter school?" And Deku was like, oh, I've been pretty much just learn how to track people and how to hack." Well, yeah, intercept the police, you know, intercoms and stuff. And she was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Inko supports. She doesn't want Deku to be a bounty hunter in a way, but she supports him going because it's like it's better than him being a villain. But low key, he pretty much is a villain. He just murdered freaking Mirio. But anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so now Deku's on the dark web again, and another assassination is like he getting a lot of more, and I'm gonna say that his like nickname in the dark web is the Ghost because as you can see in this picture, his skin is pretty much like a ghostly white, and it's and Jesus, I keep saying and. And it's like terrifying, sort of. Like, okay, so let's call him the ghost because his skin is pale white. So yeah, ghostly white. So yeah, and I'm gonna say the heroes pretty much like heard of some people chit chatting about the ghost. So it's like, okay, so he goes by the ghost. So we gotta figure out who this person is because they don't want another one of their students to die. So yeah. Anyway, so now Deku's really getting a lot of attraction because how well his hit went last time. His hit went last time. So now he's getting like a lot of requests, and one of the requests says assassination. Would you please assassinate? Well, not would you please. It's like I have a job for you. Would you like to assassinate All Might, and we'll pay you $3 billion. And they was like, deal. They was like, deal. He doesn't care about life, bro. He enjoys murder. That's the only reason why he pretty much became a bounty hunter because he enjoys murder. So he was like, okay, deal. And he just walks up and he just starts stalking All Might without him knowing because Deku was pretty much like yo he's moving silently through the what you call it, and he noticed All Might and now he knows after stalking All Might he knows about his injury. And it's like, okay, that's a weak spot, so I can use that to my advantage. And and yeah, and so Deku's like, okay, all right. It seems like he's getting weaker by the day. I'm gonna go ahead and say that uh, All Might pretty much already passed his one for all to Bakugo. So yeah, Bakugo has one for all in this one. Or if you guys want, I could give it to like Todoroki or Kirishima or whatever you guys want. But for now, it's Bakugo because he was like, okay, we need someone powerful. And so, oh, you're powerful, so I'm giving it to you. To Bakugo. And now, All Might's gradually getting weaker because one for all is going to Bakugo and it's removing itself from All Might. So now, I'm sorry if I can hear the background noises or whatever. But anyway, so now Deku is so All Might is this is gonna be the fall of All Might. That's what I should title this episode. That'd be a dope name. So yeah, so Deku, I'm gonna say this. Deku sees All Might like flying through the sky, being heroic and all that good stuff, and out of nowhere, Deku just jumps up, just hit him like similar to like a Texas smash to the side of his rib, but not the one on the like painful side because he was like, oh, I missed, and he just hits him like in the shoulder or something, and he just goes flying down. All Might goes flying down. It's like, what was that? And Deku's like, I am so sorry. Well, no, I'm not. I'm gonna enjoy this. He said, I've been hired to assassinate you. And Deku was like, almost like, what? He's like, you're that kid. And it was like, yeah. He said, why are you in the path of evil? And he was like, I don't care. In Deku mind, he's like, I'm not evil. I'm just making money. But the almost like, no, that was villains. And they was like, I don't care. And he just starts beating the crap out of All Might, and everyone's watching. It's like, okay, this dude is strong. And people are like recording, taking pictures of Deku. And the news people come in, they record Deku. And All Might is getting whooped, and he's losing. He's like, okay, I got no choice. He said, all for one. Ooh. He was like, one for all. I said, all for one. Jesus Christ. One for all. One for all. United States. Smash. And he uppercuts, well, down, like he punches down on Deku and knocks him to the ground. And it makes a big old crater. He's like, smash. Bow. And then a big old shockwave. Everyone kind of got blew back. And yeah, and Deku's whole top body is torn off, and everyone's like, and everyone started clapping. I was like, yeah, just because it was like happy. I was like, okay, we got rid of that psychopath. And All Might says, it's been finally I got rid of, yeah. got rid of that guy with all my power, because if I went any further, I'd have lost all my power. And then All Might looks down and sees Deku just laying down the ground, smiling like the biggest smile, like pretty much like this picture. He's just smiling, and then All Might's like, "How?" And Deku says, "I got regeneration." And just uppercuts and just punches a not uppercuts but punches a hole right through All Might, and All Might is like just reverts into small Might form, and and then Deku pulls. Oh crap! So yeah, as a work, let me. What was that? Okay, so yeah, so Deku pretty much punched a hole in All Might, and All Might is dead. He's dying, and the whole world watches the fall of a great hero, number one hero. Now everyone is panicking because now everyone knows who Deku is, pretty much, because he doesn't wear a mask. He just wears a biker outfit. That's it. He just wears a biker outfit. That's it. And his mom watches the fall of All Might, and she was like, she, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care at all. She like, I'm gonna change her personality real quick. I'm gonna say she doesn't really care. Like, she doesn't really care what Deku does, because who's gonna stop him? And everyone in the whole wide world is watches All Might die, and Deku just and Deku goes back to his house. He just walks there, and no one's following him, because you can't mess with a person who literally just one punched All Might through punched All Might through the chest. Like, would you try to follow him? I wouldn't. So All Might is done. He's dead. Mirio and All Might are dead in this timeline. But Bakugo, he's like, okay, I gotta train. And Bakugo's like, okay, I really need to train. I'm gonna say when All Might died, it was like after the USJ. That's when All Might died. And I'm gonna say that Bakugo, it's like, okay, I need to train. And he's training like crazy. Like, he's pushing himself. Like, he kind of pushing himself a little too far, but not by much. Like, I'm gonna say his bones are pretty much, by the force. I'm gonna say, like, the more force he put on his bones, a side effect for one for all, it's like they get like 30 times tougher. So yeah, his bones are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And Deku is like training every once in a while, pretty much. And Bakugo wants revenge. So you know what this dude do? You know what Bakugo does? He puts a hit out on himself. Like, how crazy of revenge you have to be to put a hit out on yourself? And the teachers were pretty, and the teachers knew that. And I'm gonna say that everyone's watching. Like, okay, so you know what we got to do? Everyone's like, okay, let me go to the League of Villains real quick. So League of Villains, like, okay, we have to kill him. We gotta kill him. And I'm gonna say, like, one person asked, like, how are we gonna kill him if he could just freaking regenerate? Like, if he can regenerate, how are we supposed to kill him? And then Shigeru's like, me, I can't. Shigaraki is like, me, I can kill him. He says, I can kill him by touching him and the K. Jesus, I can't speak today. Holy crap. So yeah, he's like, I could just decay him. And Shigaraki, I'm gonna say, you figured out what Deku lives, because he just walks around like nothing happened, like he didn't just murder the number one hero. The police ain't gonna try to stop him because they don't want to die. The government's not gonna stop him because they don't want the government to get taken over. So they just leave him alone and let him do his own murder thing. The whole world doesn't want nothing to do with him, because he probably can break. To be honest, they could probably break the world in half, but he likes the planet, and he's going to break the world in half when he assembles his bike that lets him like fly like FTL speeds. If you don't know what that means faster than light speeds, like through the universe, and like go torment another planet. So yeah, he's making a special sort of fuel for it. So that's why he didn't just break the world in half and just go somewhere. Because I'm gonna say that in this, that Lobo can't fly. Well, he can kind of like hover. Like if he jumps, he can like float there. That's about. He can't fly though. I'm just gonna make that up. Maybe he can fly. I don't know. I never seen that Lobo fly. If you can, let me know. I need to start researching these characters a little bit more. But anyway, so yeah. So everyone's like, okay. So Shigaraki meets Deku because Deku just walks around like he didn't just murder off on for All Might, like Jesus. And he he touches he touches Deku and it's like, hey, Mister, and Deku looks around and then it's like, and she's like, Shigaraki is like decay, and then it decays uh De- Deku, and Deku gets decayed, and he's dead. Deku's dead. Everyone and people's like delete, and then she goes like, sorry, reporting back like, okay, off one, target been murdered or killed or neutralized, and and uh, and everyone's like kind of celebrating. So kind of celebrating too early, and then she goes like, ugh. And people's like, "Are you okay?" And she goes like, "I'm fine." And and then and then slowly but surely, Shigaraki starts turning into freaking Deku, and everyone's like kind of horrified. Well, not horrified because they can't see him, but it's like horrified by the sound Shigaraki making, and they just hear like a bunch of bones like cracking and all that nasty stuff. And Deku was like, he starts laughing. He was like, and then the people are like, "What the heck is going on?" And if you didn't know, like if you're wondering what's going on yourself, Lobo has the ability where if he if he does dies, like he's banned from hell and heaven. So yeah, Lobo has an ability that where he can like possess people and then slowly turn into himself. I'm gonna say it works faster in this universe because low key, My Hero Academia characters kind of weak, not, but in real life they're strong street. But you know what I mean, compared to other anime or DC. So I'm gonna say it works faster. And yeah, and then he speaks into the mic and he says, "Hey, you know I'm coming for you." And the people's like, they was shocked. I'm like, off one scared, and Deku jumps. I'm gonna say he gained like Shigaraki memory since he turned to him, and he goes to leave villain and just poof, off one tries to like everyone tries to jump Deku, but Deku just backhanded all of them, and he didn't kill Toga. I'm gonna say Toga was off doing something like you know like invading UA or something because I have an idea. I have an idea. It's not a ship, but maybe if you want it to be a ship, but I have an idea. So Shigaraki and all of them are dead. Freaking Dabi tried to burn the Deku alive, but Deku's pretty resistant to fire because I'm pretty sure he got hit by a Superman laser. So yeah, he's pretty resistant to fire in my opinion, and he just like punches Dabi's head off. Dabi's done. He's dead, and just murders and just off one like could off one was the only person who could put damage on Deku. He tried to like take over his mind or something. He tried to take his quirk because it was like, okay, that's the only way. This is my last option. Tried to take it away, but he was like, you don't have a quirk. And then off one, I mean, dang it, Deku just punches a hole, just beats the crap out of off one, and then he pulls out a pistol because if you didn't know, he has like a pocket dimension where he keeps all his guns at. He just pulls out a pistol and just shots him like 44 like 15 times in the face. I don't know how much a gun can carry. I was gonna say I think it's 12. Shoots him 12 times in the face, and off one's dead. So yeah, Oh crap. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say off one, like off one been alive for like 100 years. I'm gonna say he does have a regeneration quirk, and Deku thinks he killed him, but he didn't. He technically did, but not really, and he kind of just revived. I'm gonna say that's how he stayed alive for 100 years because yeah. So now I take that back. Bakugo doesn't put himself in the dark web. He just trains pretty much all the time. That was kind of going a little overboard now that I think about it. But yeah, he trains. He thinks he's ready to fight Deku, but he's not. And yeah, Toka comes back to the League of Villains, finds that everyone's murdered, and this might be a one-off like type deal. Unless you want part two, then I'll be glad to make a part two. But this might be a one-off type deal. This maybe maybe be a one-off type deal. But for now, I mean, it could be a part two. Depends on you. Maybe what do you want? What do you want? Anyway, oh by the way, we almost at 10 subscribers. That's kind of crazy. Last time I checked, we was at 4 subscribers. Now we're at 9. We're almost at 10. And for the 10 special, what should we do? Should we do like a what if Deku was Asriel? That'd be dope for a 10 subscriber special. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if you're new, consider I can't stop stuttering today. Consider subscribing. And if my voice sounds weird, I'm not using my mic like my mic I normally use. So yeah. See you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you want. And tomorrow, I don't know, I'll see you tomorrow.